got a D-Stacks beat?
Yeah, I got a D-Stacks beat. Listen to the beat, y'all. Come on, D-Stacks, bring it in. Hey, 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 hey. Woo! Queens on a roll. Ooh, queens on a roll. Powerful queens on a roll. Beautiful queens, queens, queens on a roll. We're moving, we're grooving, we're jamming, we're slamming. Queens on a roll. We're moving, we're grooving, we're jamming, we're slamming. Queens, queens, queens on a roll. She's educated and inspiring everyone that has challenges. Queens, queens, queens on a roll. She's educated and inspiring everyone and having fun. She's queens on a roll. Woo, queens on a roll. Ooh, queen on a roll. Powerful queens on a roll. Beautiful queens on a roll. Come roll with us. Ooh, come roll with us. Come roll with us. Ooh, come roll with us. Ooh, queen on a roll. Ooh, queen on a roll. Ooh, queen.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Queens on the Road podcast. This is Latavia here, and I have a very special guest with me. He's a dear family friend of ours, and I consider him to be like a second dad to me. Mr. Santos. Hi, Mr. Santos. How are you doing?
Hi, Latavia. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good, thank God.
That's good. That's good. I'm so glad to have you on. And I just wanted to bring you on to talk about, how was it raising two twins who are ably different, because both Janine and Janice have CP. So are you ready to roll?
Let's go.
All right, let's roll.
You got a D-Stacks beat? You got a D-Stacks beat? You got a D-Stacks beat?
So, Mr. Santos, what was it like raising twins who are ably different? Because both Janine and Janice do have CP, and CP is cerebral palsy. So what was that like for you?
Well, first of all, it was very challenging. I guess I cannot say that I knew what I was getting in because I didn't, being that the mother left them. I took on the responsibility of raising them without knowing exactly what I was doing. I have to be very sincere. But as time went along, it was like rolling back in school. I started learning how to deal with them. But in a point of a man's perspective, it's very difficult. Because normally moms take care of girls and men take care of boys. And being that a mom wasn't there and I had to take on that role, it was even more difficult because my attendance to them, I had to be in attendance that normally a mother would take care or do for daughters, for the girls. It was hard. I cannot say that there were not times that I kind of wanted to give up, but something in me didn't allow me to do that. First of all, I was a Christian. I'm a man of faith, and I believe in Christ, and I believe in all that holiness, but in my human part, there were times that I was just stressed out, because I was just living day by day with them, not what tomorrow will bring. But God was so good that He gave me the strength to be able to uphold that challenge and to be able to raise both of them, because there were different cases. You have Janice, accordingly to medical forms and break-ins and whatnot, she was diagnosed as mental retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And Janine, in the other case, CP didn't really affect the brain-wise to the extent it was more of a physical challenge. Mm-hmm. So there were kind of two different little cases there, but I pressed on. I kept the faith, and they didn't show me how to raise girls. It wasn't like they came with a manual. But my experience in life, dealing with children's other relationships, kind of helped me out. Kind of gave me a pretty good start in how to deal with them. And the only thing about me, I was a perfectionist. I had to have a hair comb. They had to be dressed neat. Oh yeah. So if you ask me how you did that, I said, well, every time I would go to the store buy clothes, I would ask the girls they sell there, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I'll pick up ideas, because I was lost. I was so damn lost, but I managed. God gave me the wisdom. And in the midst of my hardship, there were times at night that I would look at them laying down, and I was broken because I didn't know what I signed into. I thought I did, but I just knew I couldn't give them up. I was giving up as a child when I was born, and another family raised me. So I had to break that curse. I couldn't allow that to happen in their life. So I took on the responsibility to take the challenge.
And you did a great job.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And that was a good strategy to go around and ask all the ladies in the store, is this a good outfit? Is that a good outfit? So take notes, men out there, take notes, okay? That's how you do it. That is definitely how you do it. What challenges do you think you faced with them going through school?
Well, that was another thing. That was a whole other challenge, searching for school. The thing was that when I got custody of them, they came from a place called Catholic Home Bureau. And through God's goodness, social workers, they got me into school for them. And the first school that they got me into going in and taking them and evaluate them, it was United Cerebral Palsy. United Cerebral Palsy was an excellent school, not only for them, but for me. It was a challenging school, which challenged them as their physical condition. And for the first 5 years there, it was good. I was completely satisfied with the attendance of the girls, the education they were getting, the physical therapy they were getting, the occupational therapy they were getting, besides the fact of me going into the school for parenting meetings, I was constantly there. I was like the only man between all those women.
Yeah, that's when they gave the classes that they had for parents.
Exactly. We had to go there in meetings and talk about the challenges that we face. And they will always use me as an example. Where these women, one kid, and they didn't know what the heck to do yet. I had two of them, stroll them in different wheelchairs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I made it.
Yeah, you definitely did make it. And Miss Beverly at the time, she's still there now. But she was great then, and she's still excellent now. I don't know what we would have done without Miss Beverly.
I remember Miss Beverly, very nice woman, and the staff, it was a great staff, They took care of those kids and treated them like they were their own.
Yes, they did.
They made it a business to prepare them for when they leave that school, the challenges they were going to challenge in life and they were going to face there. They worked with them such an amazing way that they got them into preparing.
Yeah, they did. People don't realize how important early intervention is. It is very, very important. that's what sets your child up on a good path and a good trajectory and has them have a better outcome. And I think that helped me along the way, and it helped Janine and Janice get to where we are now, you know?
Okay, I agree.
How was it, you know, going through middle school and having to navigate middle school, elementary, high school? How was that?
Well, I used the experience that I was able to pick up in UCP. And when they came out of there to go to middle schools out here, it was a little challenging. But I don't know, for some reason, you know, I was blessed with this grace that good people always came along and they guided me through the system. You know, when you come out of UCP, a school that everything is done there, to come out to a school out here, it could be challenging. The mentality is different. The worship is different. Going through school buses. But it was okay. I can't say that it went bad for me or anything like that as a parent dealing with them. It went good for me, you know, and as time went by, I saw the rewards and the changing and the activities, and to seeing Janine graduating, Janice, you know, it was rewarding. You know, I knew that I won't make it that far, but I did. I have made it to that and more than that. And I'm still here because I still got Janice here and I still deal with Janice. But now the experience that I have now to them, totally different.
Right. Cause she's an adult now. How was it helping through puberty and all the changes?
Oh God, that is so, oh Lord. That was difficult. That was difficult because here you have a man dealing with girls that are not going through puberty, and oh my God. It's a hot mess. Right there, I didn't know what the hell to do. I had home attendants that helped me out, and I was able to face the challenge, and I had to look at it for what it was. You know, I had to do what I had to do.
Right.
That was it. There was nothing to it. There was no backing up, no running, no going to sleep, no turning your face around. You gotta take care of business.
You know what's so funny? My dad would have done that too. My dad, when he had to bathe me one time, he was like, okay, I'm not looking. I need to close my eyes. Tell me if I'm hitting your feet. I don't want to know. So, you know, that's a typical experience I think dads go through. Like, no, not my baby girl, you know?
Yeah. But I took care of business, you know, and always with my expertise and my neatness and cleanness, you know, I made sure they were bathed properly, you know, and, they were cleaned properly and, you know, they have their little powders and all their little girl stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it now with them in adulthood?
Well, you know, I have home attendants now, 24/7. They work with them when it comes to that, or we work with them together, putting her in the bathtub and bathing her and stuff like that. You know, sometimes I just let them, sometimes I just take care of business. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's something not out of the ordinary. You know, it's something that I'm used to already.
Right. I know you worry about both girls, but do you worry about Janice more or Janine more?
Well, yeah, I do worry about Janice more, because Janice, everything has to be done for her.
Yeah.
If something will happen to me, you know, I mean, I don't know what's going to be with her. But, you know, I prayed and my faith and that the Lord has helped me to here, has guided me, and He will guide me to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. How is parenting different now for Janice versus Janine? Because I know Janine is living on her own now. So you have to still guide her, but you don't have to be that hands-on as you are with Janice. Do you find that dynamic difficult or easy?
No, I don't find it difficult because I'm used to dealing with Janice. You know, I became such a professional dealing with these children, you know, under these conditions that nothing suits me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Janine, you know, she's living by herself and taking care of her business. I backed up from her quite a bit because she needed to learn. She needed to face challengings. And that's why I made her a strong girl and a strong mom, you know what I'm saying? But in a way, I'm still there. I'm not out of the picture. I'm just behind the curtains, but I'm there.
Right.
Anything goes down, I'll take care of business, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely what my mom says too. Like, I'm stepping back because you're grown now, but you know, I'm still here to give you guidance if you ever want guidance. But I have to let you make your own mistakes because you're grown now.
That's right. You learn by challenging, when life challenges you based on what you was taught in the way they brought you up and teach you. Now it comes to a time that you have to put what you learn into perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what makes you the girl that you are and the young lady that you are and the woman that you will become. And, you'll be able to face them. If there's something that at some point you can't handle, mom is there. I'm here, people that encourages you, that loves you. We here. That's what parents does. We step in and help out, to the best of our knowledge and, to make sure that you are helped and pushed to the limits, that at some point in time we won't be around. You're able to handle it.
Right. Definitely true. But sometimes my mom will say, you don't have to fall in the hole because I've been there, done it, I've been there, done it, been around the block. I know it's going to turn out like you should just listen to me. And I'll be like, Mom, I got to make my own mistake though.
Sometimes you do need to fall in the hole.
Yeah.
See you want to fall in the hole, we'll let you fall in the hole. Because there's times that we tell you and we speak and, and we try to educate them, but sometimes you're challenging yourself. You have your own mind, and you want to do your own thing and that has to be respected, and, even though we don't want you to fall in the hole, but we let you fall in the hole and then I let you crawl out of the hole. I see you can't crawl out of the hole and I'll come in and I'll bring you out. But I will leave you there to the max till you can't no more because that's going to help. By me being there and okay, baby, I got you. Don't worry. That's not going to help.
I definitely agree. And that's something you and mom have in common. That tough love. I got to give you tough love because the world out there is tougher. So, we got to get you thick skin and be more independent so you can handle anything that comes your way. Is that the philosophy you use for your girls?
Well, we have to look at the fact that everything has changed.
Yeah.
Times when I was growing up to the times of my teenage and adults, now dealing with you within the same timing world, but things have changed. Life has become very challenging. For example, we just went through a pandemic that, it cost us a couple of years practically on lockdown, things that we weren't prepared for, things that we didn't thought we were going to go through. And if we did at some point, we didn't know exactly how it was going to go. But, technology has taken a course that even me as a guy that comes from the streets, a guy with an open mind, guy that went to school, even at this age that I am, at 58, life has become very, very challenging for me itself. I have to ask Janine, how do you do this? Janine, how do you do that? Sometimes I feel like dumb, like what the hell? I should be teaching them. Sometimes I feel like we are just following the time, but your mind was set for this timing. That's how come it's easier for you to develop with technology than us.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Cause my mom over here would be like, how do I send this text message? How do I do this? How do I do that? I try to show her, but then I just be like, mommy, give me. I can do it faster. Give it to me. Let me do it. And she'll say, no, teach me how to do it. I'm like, I don't have time. It's just quicker. Let me do it.
That's exactly what they say. When you try to do something, they say, hey, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of this,
Definitely. You talked a little bit about the pandemic. How did that change the whole dynamic for you? Being a single father, having to take care of Janice. And then I know that AIDS weren't really wanting to come out because it was a pandemic. No one wanted to catch COVID. Was that a different experience?
It was very, very different and very difficult because I took care of my girls. Jeanine was living in the another part that I had gotten her. And she was there with the baby and I didn't let them come out. I would literally go out and buy food. I will go take it to her door. I will leave and I will pick the door of the escalator to see when she picked it up and took it in and make sure the baby had things, make sure that she had groceries. Oh my God, it was a back and forth kind of thing because then I was taking care of him at home and taking care of Janice. And I thank God that we made it through. It was hard for me. I was up and down. Sometimes the elevator break. I had to go down 9 flights to go buy things for her. Sometimes yo, Bobby, I want to get some pizza and don't worry about it. I go pick it up. I went and got it for her. That way they had no delivery guy come into the door or anything like that and got it sick, expose her. So it was hard. It was hard for everybody because we were locked down. It also taught us a lot of each other's, you know what I'm saying? And, we grew more as family wise.
Yes, we definitely did.
The importance of being bonded and take care of each other's, and all this embracing thing, all that stuff went away. Now and you see people embracing, but we kept it together. We kept it together, and that was the important thing, that God saw us through all these challenging times.
Yeah, you're definitely right. COVID did teach us to come together because most of us were on our phone, TV, something, and we had to slow down and spend some time with our loved ones because we couldn't go anywhere. So it definitely taught us the importance of family again.
You got a D-Stacks beat?
What is one of your fondest moments with your daughters or just in life in general?
On this moment,
Yes, one of your memorable or fondest moments. Story time.
one of the moments I remember is that when we went years ago, we went to Walt Disney, and we were not there for vacation, and they would go crazy with every cartoon character they saw. I still carry all those pictures. It was times that it was challenging for me because I had to be moving around wheelchairs, but I also had someone to go with me and help me out. And the hotel room, we had a 2-bedroom in each room, but we were able to go from one room to the other, and we would just jump around and go to the pool, and those memory times, you know what I'm saying? That were very fun, the times that it won't come back. Once in a lifetime. Remember those times, and you have fun, and they're not going to last forever because they grow. And when they grow, things are different. They're heavier. Janine, she's in her world. She's done a lot of things for her son as well. That I look at her and I'm like, if anyone needs to be admired, it's me. Because for a little girl to go out there with a kid and go to Walt Disney and do all the things, it takes courage, and when she set her mind to do something, forget it. Ain't no stopping her.
Right.
So she's an amazing girl, and they're memorable times. That's the only thing that I will keep with me.
Right. And you're definitely right. And you sound like a proud papa over there. So I'm just smiling from ear to ear. You're definitely right. We do grow up and we become adults and we go off in our own little world, and my mom always says you're only a kid once, but you're an adult forever after that. And I didn't really get that up until I became an adult, and I was like, oh wait, now I know what she means. You only have 18 years to be a kid. After that, adulthood, here we come. So yeah, it definitely puts everything in perspective. It definitely does put everything in perspective.
It changes everything once you're 18, it changes us too, because now we have to adjust that, young ladies, and you have your own mind and your own decisions that you want to make, and we know, but you can't do this like that, and we have to respect that, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard for us because we don't know how to let go.
Right.
And we want to let go, but we don't know how to go. And so we say, okay, all right, you can do it. But don't forget this, but think about this. And
yeah, that's still that father, instinct in you, and also caregiver, right? Because you've been a caregiver for so long, a father for so long, it's hard to break that dynamic. So I definitely understand.
Yeah.
Well, Janine's a college graduate too. How was it navigating that and helping her through that?
Well, actually, she practically did that on her own.
Ooh, that's good.
College is not like college when I was growing up. School is not like school like when I was growing up. All the dynamic system of school changed, and she pretty much got by herself.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for you instilling all of that in her, that independence, that motivation, that get up and go, she wouldn't be where she is today. So I give my hat off to you. You did a good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any advice, something that you could tell parents in the same situation as you? Any advice for any other single fathers out there you would like to give?
Well, to father mans, they gotta man up, you know? They grew up certain way, but there's a time that we gotta man up. And we have to understand that if you don't take care of your business, nobody's gonna take care of it for you. No man should be taking that place which it belongs to you. Because at some point, sometime, you are going to meet your creator. What excuse you gonna have? You know, you man up, be a man, and take care of business. Women's, well, you know, women's depends on man's. A man's that they're a child with and they believe they're going to be there, but sometimes it's not like that. So they gotta woman up and they gotta take the challenge. But it's okay, you know, it's a hard road, but it's okay because it makes us better parents. It makes us stronger. It makes us smarter, you know. It makes us visionaries. And if you need help, that's just fine. You know, you get help. There's nothing wrong by getting help. There's nothing wrong with talking to someone else, you know, and letting out how you feel. It's just fine. There's still plenty of help. There are social workers. There are Medicaid coordinators. There are many help. New York City is one of the number one states where you can get help. If you don't make it in New York, you don't make it nowhere, like Frank Sinatra said. That's a fact.
Definitely true. All right. I definitely can't compete with any of that. You just dropped some gems on us and some great wisdom. Gems were just dropped.
You got a D-Stacks beat?
So I like to end my shows with a quote of the episode. So do you have like a quote that you like to live by?
My quote is biblical. My quote is Philippians 4:13. I don't have an English Bible here, but you know, it says I could do all things through God that strengthens me. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could do what you could do. You might have your beliefs, but without God, that wouldn't have been impossible. Definitely. He opened the doors. He made a way. He gave me the strength. He gave me the courage, you know, to make it to where I'm at. And he still has me by the hand.
That's right.
Keep the faith. Stay strong. Anything is possible for who believes.
Okay, I can't compete with that. I cannot compete with that. You are definitely right. And before we go, I would just like to say this interview was conducted via Zoom between myself and Mr. Santos. So if you're saying to yourself, this is not the audio quality I'm used to, that is the reason why. Again, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Mr. Santos, for coming on. Thank you, everyone, for listening. You guys are great. Please continue to keep subscribing. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my Instagram. Subscribe to my Facebook. And please, guys, if you can donate anything to Queens on the Roll on my Patreon account, I would greatly appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I love you. See you next week. Mr. Santos, again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And we are rolling out.